All new at 5:30. Could hot weather be to blame for several water main breaks over the last few days? A stretch of Sheridan Drive is still a mess in the town of Tonawanda tonight. It's just one of several water main breaks over the last week. We sent News 4's Luke Moretti out to get some answers. Luke.
Yeah, Diane, in the town of Tonawanda, they had about a dozen water line breaks last week. The Erie County Water Authority reports about a dozen leaks just over the weekend. High heat means more demand and more stress on the lines. The demand for water is on.
It's been a hot and dry summer.
Here at the Erie County Water Authority, they're pumping at a much higher rate because of the heat.
When we are operating at these pressures and this volume, we do sometimes experience a greater than normal amount of leaks.
Bob Mendez, the Water Authority's executive director, says normally they're pumping about 69 million gallons a day. But on this day, it's up over 116 million gallons.
Over the weekend, we had about a dozen. So it does vary with the weather and how hard we are pumping.
Here in the town of Tonawanda, water crews are finishing up work on a main break from Friday. The 16-inch main runs down busy Sheridan Drive, which is down to 2 lanes between Delaware and Colvin Boulevard. Ken Mavine, the town's director of water resources, says high heat means more demand for water.
Anytime you get a high water demand, it stresses the system. And then you combine that with the dry soils, and when they're dry, they crack, they move.
And it's not just water pipes feeling the heat.
We need to be notified what the problem actually is so no one really runs over it.
Look at the way the road is buckling here on Virgil Avenue in Buffalo. Joshua Kavanaugh says he's tried contacting the city about this, but can't seem to get answers.
I have called the city several times. They have not given one response to us.
Obviously, you'd like it fixed, whatever it is.
Of course.
It turns out the buckle in the road is not a water pipe popping up.
There's an old rail car track that's underneath there, and because of the heat, we feel it expanded, and the energy had to release somewhere, and it released and caused a little issue there.
Now, Buffalo DPW Commissioner Steve Stepniak says the bump in the road should be taken care of in about a week or less. And in the town of Tonawanda, Ken Mavine thinks the work on Sheridan Drive should be finished on Friday. Luke Moretti, News 4.